Hey, what's up, fellow boxing brothers? Yeah, yes, we have finally reached that great night. It is just around the corner. The night we have all been waiting for a few months, and we ever since it was announced. Yes, another great Riyadh night is ahead of us on the 22nd. Well, let's first go to the fight. Alright. The Zhang versus Caballel. Alright. Mm. That's a very interesting one and pretty hard to predict. Yeah, I mean, Caballel is unbeaten now at 25 and 0 right now, still. So the WBC interim heavyweight championship is on the line. It's vacant, so yeah, there's no champion yet. All right, the big differences here are first the age. Zhang is 41 and Caballero is 32. Also height, pretty big difference there. 6'6" for Zhang and 6'3" for Caballero. Even though curiously Caballero has a slightly bigger reach. Anyway, that's what it says here. Well, I guess that's right. That's correct. And Jean is a southpaw, while Caballero is orthodox. So that might affect, of course, the fight. And yeah, Zhang is coming off a knockout victory over Deontay Wilder, who was already, as you know, we all know, damaged goods. But yeah, anyway, still, he managed to get him out of there in 5 rounds, which nobody else did. All right, so Shang, before that, he lost to Joseph Parker. As we know, that was a pretty, well, disappointing performance because he did have Parker down twice, as you know, and but still wasn't able to follow it up, and get him out of there. And instead, Parker came back strong and won in the end. He outboxed Zhang for most of the fight, while Zhang really didn't do much there. So he tends to do, that his has proven to be his problem also in the past. When he was fighting Hergovich, he did really well in the first 6 7 rounds. He put Hergovich down and really shook him a few times, but then later on he just started to fade and just gassed totally in the last 2 rounds, and yeah, was even in trouble in the last round. So yeah, if Caballero manages to endure those really hard and dangerous first 6 7 rounds or even 8, then yeah, why not? I can see him winning this fight. As we know, he has really good body attack, as he proved already against Makhmudov and Frank Sanchez, we might say. Also, even though Sanchez had also a leg injury, but yeah, I mean, Cabell, I always kind of had a feeling that he was being slapped on, if you know what I mean, and he really confirmed that feeling of mine. So, yeah, Jean has the edge in power and size, but Cabell has definitely the edge in pretty much everything else except for the chin. Yeah, Jean has a great chin, really. So I don't know if he can ever be stopped. That's the problem. So that's why I think if Cabell should win, that will be most likely on points. And if Jean wins, then most likely it will be by a stoppage of some kind. Because, we know how hard he hits. The only problem will be him nailing Caballero with enough big shots to get him out of there. But that can be hard. That can prove to be hard. And Cabell has also good boxing skills and movement, and is quite a lot shorter. So yeah, that's gonna be a challenge for Zhang. So I think, as I said, um, Zhang can really has proven so far he can really take a good punch, and Caballel he has a great body attack, but I don't know if that will manage to slow Zhang down enough. So you know, so that's the big question. But anyway, I expect a really kind of good fight, even though probably at first it will be a little bit like you know, feeling out fight in the first 4 or 5 rounds, and then you'll see some good exchanges. I hope, and I think we will. And probably the fight will go the distance. I think, and for reasons I stated, I don't know if Jean can really catch Caballel with that many big shots. So that's the problem. And if he again tires, it's gonna be really interesting. That the decision can go to either guy. So yeah. All right. We also have a light heavyweight, a British showdown, might say, between Buatsi and Smith, Callum Smith, Joshua Buatsi. Yeah, hmm, that's very interesting also because Smith has lately not really looked so great. He also had big or long layoffs and stuff before and between 22 and 23, and he was stopped by Beterbiev, even though that's no shame, but he was making certain excuses for losing like he did, and I don't know how correct is that, but what's for sure, I mean, is that Smith does have more knockouts than Buatsi, and also has more fights in general, 32 to 19 for Buatsi, and yeah. But the thing is, at the moment, Joshua Buatsi is looking kind of the fresher fighter, especially because he doesn't have as many fights or really world class fights. I don't think you can say he has had one. Well, Willie Hutchinson, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, for so far, he's just fought European level fighters, and yeah, just not top class. While Smith, he has fought, of course, Canelo and Beterbiev, and those are his only losses. Before that, Groves. So yeah, I mean, yeah, since he lost to Beterbiev, he won one fight against an easier opponent by TKO in fifth round. And Buatsi now he hasn't scored a knockout since 21 when he stopped Ricard Spolotniks in the 11th round. So yeah, his last 4 wins were by decision, but he did drop Dan Aziz and Willie Hutchinson, and yeah, more than once. He dropped Hutchinson twice, so I mean, Buatsi is just a guy who has been waiting for a big opportunity now for a while, and well, you might say he wasn't or hasn't been too active either. So, but still, he's, as I said, a little younger guy and fresher than Smith, and while the height is almost the same, I mean, Buatsi just an inch shorter, and both guys can hit. The big advantage is in reach for Smith. He's got 78-inch reach, while Buatsi's got 74. Uh, if Smith can use that, then he can, of course, keep Buatsi at a distance and then try to land those big shots. If he can do that successfully, he can win, of course. That's a no-brainer. And I mean, Boatsy hasn't really really been tested yet. I feel, and his chin hasn't been well, not really tested either. He hasn't yet fought anybody that really can crack like Smith. So this is gonna be a major test for his chin, definitely. And yeah, Boatsy is just a pretty athletic guy, and Smith really tall and a little, yeah, not the most fast or not the most athletic or fastest guy at 175 with his height and with his size, and can be a little bit awkward and slow sometimes, yeah. So that advantages for Boatsy, definitely. Yep. Um, the only problem with Boatsy so far has been that he sometimes wasn't able to get his guy out when he had him in trouble. So that can also prove to be, yeah, might prove to be a problem if he does that against Smith, and then Smith comes back and gets him in trouble and gets him out. Who knows? But yeah, I'm really quite undecided, here. But from what the way Smith has been looking so, lately, the last couple of years, yeah, I wouldn't really put my money on him to put it that way. So yeah. Anyway, probably yeah. This will be hopefully a good fight and may very well go to the scorecards. But if either guy scores a knockout, that will be a huge statement, of course, especially for Blatzy. And then they will get, of course, to fight the winner of Bivol Beterbiev. Yeah, in near future anyway. So yeah, this is not a title fight, but a very important fight nonetheless. Because it will determine first of all who the best British light heavyweight is, and also, yeah, just how good they both are. I mean, yeah, I mean they have proven that they are good, but how much. First of all, how much is left of Smith, and second, can Boatsy really shine at the highest level? So yeah, all right. I'm gonna skip some of these fights because I don't have time. I'm gonna only go to the two more, the biggest ones: Dubois versus Parker. Yeah, very interesting fight too. I mean, for the IBF heavyweight title, Parker, the older, more experienced guy here. He's got the skills. He's a tough guy. Can hit alright. I wouldn't call him a big puncher, but he's alright. He can hit well. Anyway, when he really, yeah, hits as well as he can. But Dubois, the power guy, the beast, the younger guy, 27 years old, slightly taller and bigger reach and everything. So the physical advantages are all on Dubois' side. Yep, and yeah, Dubois is just, I don't know. I mean, he has proven lately, of course, with his last three victories, that he really has now finally fulfilled the promise he showed earlier. But he failed to do that versus Joyce, for instance, and versus Usyk, of course. Even though in both fights he did pretty well, but in the end he was stopped, and yeah, there was, however, a little bit of controversy, especially in that Usyk fight. Talking about, but all right, let's leave that now. Parker has been knocked out once by Joe Joyce. He also lost to Anthony Joshua, of course, Dillian White, but he wasn't. He also just came to his game. I mean, into his game really not that long ago. I mean, after that Joyce loss, I feel like he really kind of said, "All right, that's it. Now it's now or never," and he really he really took it in his stride. He really became a different kind of fighter, a little meaner, a little greedier, and that's what he always lacked. I feel before a mean streak to him, which you gotta have it in this sport. You cannot be a really too noble, too nice in the ring. I mean, especially. So yeah, he's gotten a lot of confidence too, just like Dubois. Um, yeah, I mean, I still favor Dubois here, but we you all saw what he did to Joshua, and he fought a perfect fight there. I think Parker may think even too highly of himself. I hope not, but especially if he chooses to go all out and trade with Dubois, he will lose. He will be knocked out. So if he goes in there and boxes, yeah, he has a chance. He has a chance definitely. Look, tries to counter and all that. Just keeping at a distance. Dubois, the Beast, Dynamite, Daniel Dubois. But Dubois has shown to him to be really pretty good at cutting off the ring and lately, and yeah, just a very different guy than he used to be, and a wrecking machine. So he was that before, but not at the highest level. So now he's ready to really show himself also, and I feel just like Parker doesn't have enough to keep him, at bay. I don't think he does because Zhang was something else. He's very slow and a lot older, of course, than Dubois. It's ridiculous, 14 years. So yeah, that's why he wasn't able to put Parker away, but he did put him down twice still. And Dubois, his punches are just a lot more, can be a lot more precise and deadlier even than Zhang's in a way. So yeah, he just has that athleticism that Zhang lacks, and so yeah, I think Dubois will probably knock out Parker really, but I don't know which round. It can happen in 6 rounds or 8 or 10. So yeah, that's it anyway. All right. And finally, to the last main event. Actually, I gotta be short here because I don't really have much to say. This is a Terbier Bivol 2. Yeah, I think quite many felt the first time that Bivol should have gotten the nod, but he didn't. And now he's got to do, everything. He's got to fight his best fight ever to get that decision. And I know he can do that. The last time he was just got a little too cautious, or, he wasn't that active in the last few rounds, kind of, took the foot off the gas. But now he has to just do more than he did in the last fight, obviously, which was very close, no doubt. It was close. But yeah, I just thought he was a little better than Beterbiev there. And yeah, I just hope the fight will be equally entertaining as the first one. And yeah, Beterbiev, I think, I just thought he showed, I don't know, he showed that he might be slowing down because he wasn't as dominant as he has been so far. Even though Bivol, of course, is just a great boxer. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Bivol is should win this fight for real, officially also. I think so. Beterbiev has that power, but he wasn't. Well, maybe he stunned Bivol once or twice, but yeah, I think his power is not as effective on Bivol, who is such a great boxer and mover, as on people like Callum Smith, and yeah, people like him and Anthony Yarr, and these guys that just come forward trying to brawl. So that's not what Bivol does, of course, and that's why it will be hard, even harder maybe this time for better BF to win. And yeah, just that's it. I hope anyway, whoever wins, I hope the right guy gets it this time. All right, so that will be all for now, and hope you all will enjoy that incredible evening. And yeah, I know I will. All right, and see you soon. Take it easy. Bye.